Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. Look at that little friend. She gets fairy dust too. I have a question for Ask an Advanced Bitch. Um, I am really struggling in the wake of the election, and I know many others are too. I'm a sensitive person, same, and I feel things very deeply. And for the past few weeks, I've been so depressed and hopeless. I'm doing my best to try and minimize exposing myself to things that will only fuel my existential spiral. I haven't turned on the news. I completely got off social media the week it happened, and I'm only back on Instagram now, mostly watching cute animal videos. The only person I've really talked about it with is my therapist, and because when I do, I come completely undone. I'm 27. And I feel so scared. I almost said same, just to be funny. This comedy is one of the things that's fucking saving me. So, definitely not 27. I'm 27 and I feel so scared and so disheartened for what the future will look like in the wake of this. I feel like a lot of people are still kind of in shock and nobody really knows how to navigate this. But how are you navigating it? Um, I figure the more advice, tools, examples I have in my arsenal, the better. Thank you so much for reading. Love you. Bye. Love you too. Okay. I am a fully different person since the election. I am fully different. I am more fucking awake than I've ever been. Um, a lot of people have said this. Um, it's for me, it's been about accepting that this is who we are. This is what our country wants. This is what most people are choosing and are, chose by definition, by the results of the election, ladder of trust. And I thought I lived somewhere else. I thought I was still thinking that we wanted all the things that are in our history books, which are obviously so tainted, whitewashed. Um, that stuff like justice and fairness and integrity and love thy neighbor, like that I was indoctrinated to believe about America. That's what I was told that America was. And then, the media, um, I don't know why I said it like that. I don't want to say it like the media, but just, like I'm just thinking about the Olympics and like, oh, the underdog story and da 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 and like, and like just any kind of patriotic feelings that I've had, you know, the roots of them are about that because those are my values. I want to love my neighbor. I want to support the underdog. I just thought that's what we were, and we're not. And that has been fucking devastating. And, as somebody who part of why I'm wondering is that it's been so complete, like you're undone, is that it's watching the narcissist win. It's watching the person that abuses you win, and it's very hard to watch. It's very hard to watch. And it's also as a sensitive person, but even for those of us who aren't sensitive but are advanced, you know, or conscious or, somewhat human, we have humanity in us. We're worried about other, we already know people are going to die. Like we already know women are going to die. And people of color and people who immigrated here, and families are going to be, anyway. And the fact that so many people like voted against their own interest. And one of the things that I have struggled with, and normally this is just conversation between me and, the person, the people closest to me, is like really struggling that white women were voted all this, like uh, and I'm astonished. And one of the things that's helping me get through are the fuck around and find out. But it's a little bit of Schadenfreude, and that'll give me a little bit of dopamine, but it doesn't solve my problem. You know what I mean? And as a and I have to say, I mean, I have said I'm 60, and so I'm like, well, it's only like 30 years of this for me. Like but to be 27 and have your whole life in front of you, and just feel like, oh, fuck, because it's not just women's rights, it's the climate of the planet, and so you are having a normal reaction. Everything you're feeling psychologically is valid. You're coming undone because these choices have undone us. We didn't come undone in a vacuum. We came undone because this happened. And it's challenge, like, I just want to share with you, like, I look at my closet, like I have changed so much. Like one of the things that I've done is like I am understanding the word indoctrination, indoctrinating about what patriarchy is, indoctrination about how women should act, indoctrination about what America is, all the stuff that I've been taught. The root word of indoctrination is docile. I am no longer going to be docile. I refuse. And one of the things that I've changed is I'll probably do another video of this or whatever, but just like for instance, like I am done with the word should. I am fully done. That's something that has changed. I don't need to do shit that I don't want to do. I am done doing anything that I don't want to do. And I refuse to feel guilty about my choices. And that's just it. And so um I looked at my closet the other day and I'm like, I don't know if this is still my style. Like, I don't know. I have changed so much since the election. I don't know if I want to wear a shirt, a glittery shirt that has a sparkle heart on it that says love. Like, I don't know that anymore, but I didn't really have anything else. I mean, I do, but I'm like, I only want to be comfortable. Is this me now? I don't know. Like, it's still kind of cute, but I don't know if this is who I am anymore. Um, anyway, how we do this is together. How we do this is helping each other. How we do this is you asking me this question and me answering it to the best of my ability. Um, how we do this is we tell our truths. That's what I heard. That's one piece of advice I heard from, the paper was, or from the New York Times. Some columnist said, what would you do? This is before it happened. What would you do if Trump was elected? And he said, speak the truth and protect the vulnerable. Speak the truth and protect the vulnerable. That's what we do. And taking that into consideration, that we are also the vulnerable. I don't mean me as a white woman, but those of us who have had CPTSD or who have it. or other shit that went down in our childhood that we have to heal. We are vulnerable. This is very upsetting. This is very, 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 very upsetting. What it calls for me to do is become more of a fucking feminist, more of like, no, I want to be with women, and I've stopped going to places where I know that there are people that believe, that voted in that way. I just can't be around it anymore. I can't even be around the energy, I knew before the election that the place where I was exercising was most likely, the demographic was most likely somebody who would be Republican. Okay. When I heard them talking about it 2 days after the election, and making fun of Kamala, I had to get the fuck out, and I haven't been back since, and I have to pay a full month, and I'm not going back because I cannot be in that environment. I've been somewhere else where somebody was talking about the election afterwards, and I just said, "I don't think we're on the same team because I'm depressed." And so this is a person that I really trust, and I can't go to her anymore. And every now and then I think, oh, it's not that big. No, it is a big deal. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find. I have to live my principles. Like that's the other thing I have to do. My life is going to change. I can't know if a new dermatologist or a new hairdresser or a new this, that, or the other. I won't know how they voted. I'm gonna hedge my bets. Like I'm gonna, but when I find out, I'm done. When I find out, I'm going to be done. Like these are some of the things that I've done. I had to delete my New York. One of my favorite things is the New York Times. Like I feel I trust that news, even though some of the stuff is questionable, how they talk about trans and some other shit. Of course, they're not perfect and they're part of the collective, whatever. But I had to delete it. I had to delete it, and I can't go back on it. I still want to support journalism, so I still subscribe, and I get the Sunday paper, and I just read the styles and and art and books. Um, and so yeah, I'm telling you, the collective has always been there, and it has always been like this. It's always been there, and it's always been like this. It just looked in different ways. And so when I say the collective, I mean the collective unconscious, and it shows how sick it is. It shows how sick the collective is. That's fine. It's a call for me to do my inner work. I'm doing my inner work more diligently and more, not because I want to be better, but because I want to be awake and I want to heal. And maybe if I heal, maybe part of that will like deet, 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 head out to the collective. If it doesn't, that's not the point of it. I'm not trying to change anybody else's mind. I'm just trying to cope. And um, it's scary. I mean, like, again, you're having a normal reaction, a very normal reaction to what has happened. It is a natural consequence of what happens. It hasn't occurred in a vacuum. And so please, if you have another question for me, specifically, whatever. Another one is like, if I use my tools, like the ladder of trust, like America, I thought you were here, but apparently you're here, and I got to come down on your level. This is another thing. I don't think I got rid of everything red. Even my favorite sweatshirt, I decided, like, it's gotta go. This isn't quite black, but it's getting there. I don't know if I'm gonna emerge with black nails next time. It's like on the verge of black. I'm telling you, I don't think I can stomach red nail polish ever again. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I don't know. Lipstick is fine. Um, I'm, I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. No, the lips are staying. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I think for me not knowing and then continuing to do the things that I need to do to protect the vulnerable, to donate where I can to protect the vulnerable, and then also remember that I'm vulnerable, and yes, one of the things we might do is like, well, other people are worse off than us. That's always gonna be true, but there's also a lot of people that are better off than us too. And and I'm talking about not the ones that are winning, but the ones that are like us, that do their personal work, their inner work to find out who they really are, and that we get to do whatever it takes to become ourselves, that we get to do that. And that is my goal in all of this. And if by doing that we can be helpful to other people, that's fine, but it can't be the point anymore for me. Um, so we speak the truth. I'm speaking the truth. There's a part of me that's uncomfortable about speaking it and putting it out online, like people are mean, and if I get a lot of negative comments, I will probably delete this video because I'm scared. Um, but this is what it is. And I am thinking, I'm just going to keep trusting, and that those of us who are doing this work, who want to connect and stay safe together, um that we'll figure out ways to do this. We'll figure out ways. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you have a therapist that you feel safe coming undone with. There's nothing better than being able to come undone with somebody who's got your fucking back, and who's a safe person. I'm so grateful for that. If you have any more questions or suggestions or anything that you want to talk about, I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready to answer. It's one of my favorite things to answer questions. And so and I'll just tell you what comes up for me or how I work on this stuff. But I am different. You may never see this again. I don't know. It's very strange. I mean, I feel like my work, and I don't think it has ever happened this quickly in the whole time I've been doing inner work, but it's just accelerated me into being more myself. I'm more Elizabeth than I've ever been. And that's just going to keep happening. And in a way, in the midst of this fucking nightmare, uh, it's somehow I'm at peace, even though I know shit is going to hit the fan. So it's a weird thing. And I'm also afraid to say that again because of my privilege, my white privilege. I need to spell it out. Anyway, thank you for asking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm thinking about you. I'm sending you so much fairy dust, so much love. And again, if there's anything else, anything specific, whatever, or if you have an update about like things that you've done, or if there's anything that I've said that's been helpful, but like we get to be badasses during this. I mean, I'm taking advantage of like, I'm going full rebel. I'm going full rebel, and I am a fawn. I can't like I'm you know yeah, I'm rebelling against my fawn nature. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye. Thanks for asking. Bye.